Welcome to another episode of Girl Talk. I'm Elizabeth Vargas.
I'm Christina Wright.
I'm Christina Sorensen with Ciao Bella Weddings and Events, and we specialize in luxury, high-end celebrity weddings and events.
Oh, here in Orange County.
Here in Orange County. LA County too, but mostly Orange County.
Okay, you make us look fabulous.
I try to.
I'm Tara McQueen, and I'm an executive assistant to a CEO.
I'm Colie Bailey. I'm a paramedical tattoo artist, and my company is ReVamp Haus. So
ReVamp Haus.
ReVamp Haus.
And you're a paramedical, what?
Paramedical tattoo specialist. So in English, I camouflage scars and stretch marks.
Oh,
even burns, vitiligo, and all
that's why
that.
we have you here today.
Yes.
There's a lot of mommy makeovers that go on in Orange County and all over the world, actually. But ladies, I have a special little gift for you guys today. We thought we'd mix it up a little bit because I know how hard it is to grab your champagne. So, Jarrett. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you, darling.
Lovely.
Oh, Burke. That's Burke, ladies. Thank you, Burke.
Thank you, sir.
Adrienne. Oh, sorry. Well, go Adrienne. There we go.
Oh, thank you.
And Jared again. We've got these three gentlemen who are just going to help us out to make sure that this podcast goes smooth today.
Thank you, boys.
I love some assistance.
Thank you
I know.
so much.
Why should we have to grab our champagne when we can have handsome men grabbing it for us, right?
Yeah, I'm missing one. Hello.
Oh, you didn't get your champagne yet? Oh, this is a podcast. Who cares? Fix it in post, Luke.
Thank you.
Sorry. All right. Cheers, ladies.
Cheers.
So today's topics are a little interesting, and I wanted to invite you here today because ReVamp Haus, because I think it's a very important topic that needs to be talked about, and that is the insecurity of our bodies and our scars. A lot of women will have plastic surgery. They'll have a catastrophic event in their life. They'll have, car accidents, men as well. And you're stuck with these scars that you live with for the rest of your life. You're insecure. And I have them. And I have them from plastic surgery. But, you have these scars. And I've always been insecure about my scars from my childhood. Right. So I wanted to bring you on today to showcase your talent and what your company does for our self-esteem and who we are as people. We're judged all the time by our appearance. And when we get naked, it's even worse. Like, you want to be intimate, but if you got a big, scars from a mommy makeover, you've had these beautiful children for this man, you got to keep up with the Joneses. You're just trying to look good. And there's women all over the internet. They all look perfect. And you got these scars, but you're doing the best you can. So tell my audience what it is you do to help that situation and help women and men feel better about themselves with their scar tissue. What do you do?
Absolutely. No, thank you for having me.
Thanks
And
for coming.
I'm finding as I go in this career that a lot of people don't know we even exist. So I think that's kind of what's exciting about it too, is especially in Orange County, anywhere in the world, but especially in Orange County, we have plastic surgery all the time. Scars to, plastic surgery to make you feel prettier, to make you feel better, to make your insecurities go away. But like you said, you're left with these gnarly scars. And of course the accidental scars, the car accident scars, all that. It doesn't matter what scar it is, if it's stretch marks or whatnot, it's an insecurity. It can make your self-esteem go so low, and that is over time can cause depression and anxiety and all this stuff. So it's really cool. I think that's why that was what made me want to get into it, because I've always been in the beauty industry, but this is a healing portion that I just thrive on. So what I do, it's paramedical tattooing. And basically, I go in with my new conceal is
Explain
certified
what word
with.
Paramedical means. Can you
So it's
define
medical
that?
tattooing. So I do not do art tattoo. A lot of people are like, can you get rid of my tattoos?
You're not going to give me a mushroom or Betty Boop?
Do you want a little happy face? I'm not an artist by any means in that direction. So what I do is it's tattooing though. It's with inkless serums, medical grade serums. So
Do you use a pen and everything?
Mm-hmm, I do. I actually
Can I see the pen?
Yeah.
And is it permanent?
It's permanent. It's
nice.
the camouflage portion of it. This is all my ink. So I have a device, and we can get into that. But I have a device that literally goes in and matches your skin tone to the T. So back in the day, this wasn't as popular because a lot of paramedical tattoo specialists would go in and just kind of eyeball it, and then you end up with maybe not the right tone, the right
purple.
color.
I saw people with purple, all
Peach,
sorts
purple,
of weird.
all sorts of colors, and you're like, oh my god, it's almost worse than the scar itself. So this company's been around for a couple years. It actually started during the pandemic. Bianca is the owner.
What's it called again?
New Conceal.
New Conceal.
New Conceal. And
Need to look
Bianca
it up.
is the CEO founder. She is amazing, and the science and technology behind New Conceal is what sold me on this
Nice.
industry and this career path. So I use all New Conceal products. This is the actual tattoo gun itself. So it has like my depth that I go and the speed and anything I want. And mind you, everybody's different. Every body part is going to be different because if you have a bonier spot, you're not going to want to go super deep. It's very light.
like, let's back up a little bit. So tell me about this whole tattoo thing, because I don't have any tattoos, but I mean, most people do. So
Does
when
it
you,
hurt
when you
as
get
bad?
what?
Like, does it hurt as bad?
Yeah, okay, so as tattoo, tell me, first explain tattoos, because I'm scared shitless of tattoos. Is it, how many layers? Is it hurt? Like,
So
tell me about a tattoo in general.
Tattoos, like ink tattoos, go to your third layer
But
of your
that's not
skin.
ink.
This is ink, but it's not black ink. It's not color
So,
ink.
so it's not like a sleeve tattoo.
It's skin tone. It's
But
all
it's the
skin
same
tone.
thing as getting a regular
Yeah,
tattoo.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So I'm still going to get the same buzz. I'm going to have to like numb me up, right?
Are you asking if it still goes to a third layer? Like
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
Okay, so
I don't
there-
know what a tattoo is. I've never done one. I don't know.
The tattoo. That's a good question because the tattooing goes to the third layer of the skin, which is the deepest.
How many layers do I have?
3. So the
Total
third
skin is 3. So
Mhm,
the tattooing goes all the third.
to the third deepest
So
layer.
it can't exfoliate off.
Exactly.
Okay. That was my
so
question.
I'm only going
Sort
to the second layer. It's still permanent. The serums we have are permanent. However, it's just not going as deep. It doesn't need to go as deep.
Is it like
It's-
microblading where you can you have to do it every year, or can I?
So 2 answers to that. The Inkless Repair Serum, it's inkless, okay? So it's clear. This is a repair serum that is really popular for stretch marks. It goes in, the skin is damaged, it's been pulled. It's either, atropic or hyperpigmented, the skin. And it literally goes in and repairs your skin elasticity and collagen.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
It brings back your
really?
melanin, which is when you scar, you lose melanin. That's why people have white spots or scars. Or sometimes scars are hyperpigmented and they're darker. Sometimes they're lighter. So it actually goes in. It's an inkless serum. And I go in with my tattoo gun, and here's the needle. It's just a regular tattoo gun. And you go in and you insert the inkless serum into the damaged skin area. After 4 to 6 weeks, you'll have 85% guaranteed skin repair.
Guaranteed.
So
Guaranteed.
okay, what do you mean skin repair? Like it's going
The
to go
skin
back
will
to my normal
repair
color,
itself.
my normal skin?
You're
Like no more
a-
stretch
for-
marks?
This for a stretch mark, it'll actually completely repair your stretch mark skin. So it's like
Oh my
it's
gosh,
almost
look
like
it up to
Wow.
be.
Okay, I'm so sorry that I've never heard of this.
I know it's wild. It's wild. And if you go on my Instagram and our stuff, you can see before and afters because it's really one of those things that you have to kind of almost like see the. It's like a magic
it's
eraser
believable.
pen. Like
Have
you
you,
literally-
has anybody done this? Have
No.
you guys?
no.
But I feel like I definitely want to.
Yeah. So a big one. So that's the inkless. Inkless is going into repair. So if you have a scar and it's just a white flat surface scar, you don't
like
need.
my boob job. So I got underneath. I didn't want to, but he's like, look, you have damaged nipples from getting previous implants in through the nipple.
Mhm.
We don't want to kill your nipples. So we're going to have to open this up because I was getting a reduction,
Mhm.
getting smaller implants in. So
Are
I
they
had
doing the anchor?
So well, not yet. So this is the last one. So they did underneath. Now I got these white, like I have white scars.
Right.
It's bizarre.
So that is
Crazy.
that would be the perfect candidate. And it's not the inkless. You don't need to repair anything. It's just white and flat surface. So you just want to match it. You want to match it to your skin
you
tone
would
so it
just
disappears.
match that so that
Yeah.
when I'm like,
Yep.
okay.
Then you don't see it.
Just
Then,
kidding.
yeah, when you're at the
Hey,
pool
I'm
party.
single. I don't want any of these scars. I got to keep up with the Joneses.
No.
here.
So then we really need to
totally.
make sure they're looking good.
Well, and that's
Okay.
the thing. You're
So when I
getting
go like this, it's like, oh, there's no like, it doesn't glow in the dark like it does now.
no, exactly. But that's the thing is you're getting these surgeries, and you want to feel and look beautiful after. You don't want these scars to remind you that you had the surgery. So that's where camouflaging comes into play. So you wouldn't need you don't need to repair that. It's a scar. It's a white flat scar.
Okay.
That's where camo would come in. So this is all the inks, the skin tone inks. I match you. There's my little device, like right here. I'll show you. It's as simple as this, and it reads on my phone. I literally take this device. I go up to wherever your scar is. I match your skin. It gives me your exact skin formulation.
Wow,
fun.
that
I go
is
over here,
amazing.
and
This
if you're like
technology is
1 drop
amazing.
11, 1 drop 14 is your skin tone, and it goes through all the layers of your skin, so it will read
How long does it take to test the skin?
2 minutes, not even.
Oh wow.
And
Let's
how
see.
bad does it
Wow.
hurt?
It doesn't hurt. It feels okay. I have tattoos, so I don't know. Everyone's pain tolerance is different.
different.
My knee.
Okay.
I have scar tissue.
I need my phone to do it. Okay, let's see. So we go on this little fancy
I'm
schmancy
just
app.
curious.
I know.
see if this
I want to see too.
I've
Fascinating.
never heard of this, and I'm like,
Do you want me to tattoo you right now? Just pull out the
no, just
Yeah, do
show
her
me
boobs.
the-
Do her boobs.
Colie,
Okay.
how long has this technology been around for? Like,
So New Conceal has been out since the pandemic. It's about 3.5 years, I
And
want to say.
in general,
In general,
the
it's been
Can
around
she
for
do
a
this? I'm
while.
holding my leg up. Can
Yeah,
we
hold
just
on,
hurry
hold
up
on.
with
Let
the
me do
skin
this. Let
thing?
me do this. Let me do this.
Don't ask questions.
Okay.
Like, give me my skin tone.
Okay.
I'm like, I don't want to step on your Tiffany bags. I'm like, come on, ladies.
Okay.
So
read.
I like to prove things that are
Here.
working.
Now, I have a question.
Yeah.
So after you get a surgery and you have scars,
Fix and post
how
look.
long do you have to wait to get any of this done? Like how long do you have to have the scars?
A minimum of 6 months.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. Come
And then
give me
how
a
long
link.
Okay, oh, so you're
Because
already
I'm sure
ready?
that's
I'm already ready.
a question people
So-
want to ask.
So see those scars?
Yep. So I don't want to match your scar color, right? Because I want to match your actual
Okay.
skin color. So let's go to your skin.
I don't tan in the bed or anything. Me.
Okay. So that's it.
That's it?
That's it. So then it gives me 1 drop, you are pigment 4, 1 drop of pigment 8, and 2 drops of pigment 12. And that is your skin tone.
And then you can match these.
Mm-hmm. I match all of that. So I take those. These are my 4s, 8. So I get your formula.
Okay, cut. We're done.
I mix it up, and then I literally get my pen. I dip it in the ink, and I go over your scars. 1, 2, 3,
And how long does it last for?
it,
Or how long do you have to get it redone?
So the inkless is permanent because it's repairing your skin.
Okay.
The ink portion it's a semi-permanent, but you could maybe once a year, maybe every once in a year and a half to come back in to do a touch-up. You may not even need it, but at least minimum of a year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but you might
great.
want to touch it up here and there. But
So, I mean, we've all known women that, we get in the bathing suits and you can cover up the scars here. I guess, what's it called? That mommy
tummy tuck
tummy tuck.
Or
or
C-section.
C-section scar.
Cesarean.
Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah.
that's the big one. So that's actually one of, I would say, the 2 most
The most
popular
common.
is that procedures I'm doing are stretch marks and the tummy tuck, which kind of go hand in hand with the mommy makeover.
And where is your clinic located?
I'm in Laguna Hills.
Okay. But
Mhm.
do they do this all over the country or just here?
No, they do it all over the country, actually.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
me. This, by the way, like one of my girlfriends, like she had her tummy tucks. I mean, she did hers like a long time ago. I mean, I want to say like 15 years ago.
Yeah,
Wow.
So it was already available, but like you didn't really hear about it. I don't think it was as common,
right.
and I think it was a lot more expensive probably too because it wasn't,
It wasn't as well known.
as readily available.
Mm.
But it was. I mean, so I've known about it, but
Well, it's
probably
great too.
becoming more popular.
It's becoming more popular for sure. And especially this company. I think this company seals the deal because that device itself, I mean, that took me 2
Yeah.
seconds to read your skin. And
Yeah.
back in the day, it took like an hour to formulate
Who
skin.
do you know who created that technology? Is it
Her name's Bianca.
so she did that
She did the
technology?
technology,
So
yeah.
she has her own tech
no,
team.
no.
Yes.
Wow.
She's amazing. She's
God, we
such
need to have her
a
on,
boss.
too.
Yeah,
God
she's
damn.
amazing.
And so
I
are
love
we going to
it.
be able to show the audience on the screen some before and after shots? Do you guys have those?
Yeah.
We can actually
Uh-huh.
show. This
Yeah.
is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, how many of you do you guys know anybody with major scars from tummy tucks and stuff?
My sister has had some surgeries and she can absolutely benefit from this. So I will be
Absolutely.
connecting you two
Thank
very, very soon.
Thank you.
And may I just say how wonderful that you've connected your service to people, to a passion of yours on and making women feel beautiful. That has to feel so fulfilling to you.
Thank you so much. It really does. It's really cool because every scar has a different story.
Yeah.
And some are, really, really sad. And some are just like, oh, this was just a stupid accident. I fell or what. It doesn't matter. Every scar has a different story. And I love those stories. And I had my favorite story, I think I shared with you before, but I had a woman that came in with really, really, really bad stretch marks. She didn't have kids. It just was like a growth spurt. And then she dealt with her whole life. We fixed her up. I think we did 2 sessions on her because everybody's different. Nor you can do in between 1 to 3 sessions. She did 2. And she came back in my studio just to personally thank me and hug me and cry because she wore lingerie for her husband for the first time in 10
felt comfortable
years.
and confident.
She was crying. She's like, I can't even tell you how much. I did not know that this was an option. I thought it was going to be surgery and then I'd have another scar or, So she now is feeling sexy in her own body and her and her husband's relationship like rekindled. And that makes me just like over the moon, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool.
When I met you through Christina, when I heard you talking about the scar thing, I thought, I remember the who's going to have the tummy tuck? We're going to do the before and after.
Oh, Angela.
Angela. I mean, there's so many women in Orange County or anywhere, I guess.
Yeah.
Angela went and got something else done. She did the spots on her legs.
I did. I actually did do Angela. Angela came in after the last show. Yeah, she came in and she had a lot of, I actually have a couple that I need to do myself, but she had a lot of white spots just over time, age, sun. You get these like white spots. A lot of women get them on their chest area, which can age you really quick. Yeah. So literally I can go in like that. It's like, it's like
sunspots, right? They're like sunspots.
But can you imagine you just color them in and it's like flawless. Like, so it takes away years of your chest. And so she did her legs. Yeah.
Hold on. I have a question.
Yeah.
Just asking for a friend. Asking for a friend. I mean, because they have all the porn stars, they do like the bleaching. I'm like, well, can you just go in there and be like, pink?
What? Okay, so I have a question though. Is there anything that can be done with keloids?
Okay, so keloids that's a really good question. They are tricky. Keloids are tricky.
Yeah, because
what is a keloid?
A keloid, it's basically it's built up scar tissue from usually
from
surgery.
Stretch marks. No, not just from surgery. So like from stretch marks or just like
the way your skin.
Mainly stretch marks and stuff and scars. So they could just, it's like the skin, the surface like grows and gets like thicker in it. Like you could see it.
Those scars that are like actually thick.
Yeah, it has
like you can feel it has a texture. It's not just
and like a
almost looks like you cut like a knife cut.
Yes. Okay.
So with keloids, everybody's different. I always do a consultation first to see. I have done a client of mine that had a very, very small keloid that was from a tummy tuck. I was able to do it and flatten it out. If it's a larger size keloid, I won't touch it. You have to go to your doctor.
You cut those out, right?
You can cut them out, either surgery or what is really popular, you go to your physician. I'm not a physician, so go to your physician and they do like steroid shots to like flatten it, to minimize it, to kind of get it as flat as they can. And then I can go in and I can do my magic on it. But I do not touch keloids unless you're seen by a physician. Yeah.
Okay, so then the burn victims see the physician then
okays it, and then they come to me.
And then okay.
Because you don't want to damage the skin more, you know, if it's so keloids can be tricky.
And usually when people have keloids, like they have a lot of them.
A lot of them, and they're hyperpigmented, so they're very dark. They're darker than your other skin. So
how'd you know about keloids? How'd you get so smart?
I know a little. I know a little about a lot.
Well, and
so smart.
The other thing too, I wanted to bring up too with the inkless. When I was talking about the inkless serum, the inkless is repair. Camouflage is matching your skin tone, right? So with the inkless, there's also a lightening inkless serum. So if you have a scar that is hyperpigmented, meaning it's dark, like a dark purple scar or a dark red scar, I go in with my lightening serum and lighten the scar as much as I can and then do camo over. So camo is kind of like the icing on the cake once you've repaired the skin.
Well, I think it's important to bring up different solutions to our insecurities besides going under the knife. I mean, a lot of us, you know, I know that we all have insecurities as there's so much beauty. The beauty industry is so overwhelming. There's women everywhere. There's on Instagram, you can pull it up and there's these perfect AI women now. I mean, everybody's perfect on Instagram and on these social media platforms.
You don't know who's real or who's fake.
Real, and then you see a real woman, and it's like the standards for these men. They go on there and they jerk off to this. It's like, you guys, this is not real. That girl's AI. Like these AI girls are getting the #1 viewed on all these platforms with these fake profiles made by men, and they're getting all this money and all these advertisers. Like I found out that this guy created an AI platform or an AI girl. Put her on Instagram. She models clothes now and jewelry. There's not even a model behind it. No, her skin is flawless. Her body is flawless. Everything is flawless. So then you've got real women like us. We're like,
you can't.
There's no way we could keep up with the Joneses like that. And it's just nice to be able to see at least something. If you want to be naked with your husband, that you look. I mean, war wounds I think are great. I think scars are kind of like your war wounds of life. But then again, if you're, you got the craziness and the stretch marks from the babies, I mean, I would want something done too, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What were you saying, Christina?
But don't compare yourself to other people.
We really need to release the comparison.
I mean, what you see,
it's so hard not to,
everybody, of course, we're all going to like feel like, oh, I wish I had that. But everybody's different. Everybody comes from like something different. Like everybody's lifestyle is different. Everybody's born with different genetics, So, I mean, look, like, you just have to be happy with what you have. And there's definitely stuff that you can do these days that can make you feel better, look better. And that's why I always say, if there's something that's going to make you feel better, like don't be ashamed to do it, because there's a lot of shame associated with women trying new things or doing the weight loss shots or anything, like do you and don't care about what other people think.
Well, and that's one thing I was saying is anybody here else on trisepatize besides me?
Me.
Oh yeah, you're on trizepatide. Okay,
Did you just get
it's
started on
Manjaro. I'm on
No, I've done
It's
it.
an alternative to
gosh.
Manjaro. Are you on
I mean,
any of it?
no, but you look so amazing. I just might be on it like this week. You just never know. I mean, tell me about it. What do you do? Is it like a shot like Ozempic, or is it different?
Speaking of insecurities and doing stuff for you, the whole shaming of the Ozempic era, men have Viagra. We have Ozempic.
We don't
Shut the fuck
shame
up.
them
Like, don't
for
shame
wanting
me
to
for
grow their
Your
penis.
dick can get hard at 90. I want to look good at 90 too.
Yeah.
So fuck you. I'm getting the fucking. Bleh. So I tried Ozempic. I barfed for a month, and then I was like,
Oh,
okay,
no, it
this
made
isn't
you
working.
puke?
Yeah, oh yeah,
Really?
Ozempic was
Oh,
the
no.
worst for me. Then I went off of it. I mean, I've said this many times.
Everybody's different.
Everybody's different. I did not handle.
I mean, I think confidence is key. It's like whatever makes you feel confident.
Yeah, I went on trizepatides because I went to my doctor, Dr. Barkey, and he suggested trizepatide because it was a Manjaro substitute. And I went to a compounding pharmacy, so I didn't want to lose my muscle. I didn't want to be skinny fat.
That's the biggest issue with Ozempic is people are losing
their
their muscle
muscle.
depth.
Yeah, and that's the problem is I didn't want to be like that soft. I like
and
my
you
tone.
work out and you look good.
Thank you.
When you work
do
out.
look
Thank
good.
you.
Yeah,
But
I love it.
I love what I'm doing because I take all my supplements. I do a lot of stuff to maintain, but I also do it for me. Like I said, I got divorced. Finally, everything was settled. I'm dating. It's questionable.
You're
Oh my
dating,
God.
Elizabeth.
That's a story for later.
The
I don't know if we
jungle
should
out
even
there.
mention on this podcast or later, but so
And how's that dating pool?
yeah, but the thing about it is I feel good in my clothes and my skin. I don't wear shorts like this. I don't wear stuff like this. And I was like, I feel great in it. And who
Well,
cares?
you should now.
That's the
'cause
most
you look
important thing is
amazing.
you
Right.
feeling good and comfortable in your own skin. And that's
Thank
all that
you.
matters.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
And you look
And-
amazing.
Thank you.
But I want to go too far because you look so great. Like, I don't like it when girls get so skinny where they look like just like
Well, I think
no
that's when they
muscle
lose.
tone.
Well, I'm still
and-
140, so I'm not going any lower than 140. I can't get past 139, 138, 1 to 140.
Yeah.
I think
But
it's.
you're tall. How tall are you?
I'm only 5'6".
Oh,
That's
wow. You
it.
carry yourself
Yeah, you
way
do
taller.
Saying that I'm taller. I'm
I
not
know.
taller.
You do carry yourself.
I mean, everybody's
model
a giant.
card
I'm
says
like, it's
6'9".
fine.
I know. It's so
It couldn't be.
Yeah.
Hey, Peyton.
Couldn't be the shoe.
Yeah, want to see our feet pee?
So it's I just think it's great to like Christina said, you do you, and I never really did me until I met Christina and I met all the ladies on the Housewives. I was a part of that whole world of taking care of your hair and your makeup and your body. I just was me. And Seattle women, we don't really have they do probably now, but when I was growing up, they didn't have all this.
Right.
So when I moved to Orange County, I judged right off the bat. Look at these women. But what I realized was these women actually care. They take care of themselves. And I went to Europe a lot with my ex-husband and I saw women like you there. But when I came to California and Seattle, you were not there. So I thought this was not normal.
In California, what are you talking about? We're all here.
Well, no, they're all in California. Seattle, they're not. So,
Okay,
so when
yeah,
I
well.
moved here full time, I realized the benefit of, and we talked about the last podcast, women loving other women. We do this for us, right? I mean,
Yeah,
I-
ourselves and for I get ideas from my other friends. Like I'm like, oh,
Other
you
girls,
look great. Your
yeah.
lips look great. Your eyebrows look. Your makeup. Who do you go
Yeah,
to? I mean,
yeah.
you do it. For each other.
so you're dating, right?
I'm dating. Wait, can we go back to the butthole bleaching topic?
Oh yeah. By the way,
does the,
is that possible?
Yeah, does the lightning ink work on a duck
I
bleach?
have
I know. I heard
never
the lightning
done
ink too, and I was like, "Hold on, wait, Elizabeth
Who
was
is
just talking
looking
about
at
it."
your
it's not
butthole?
anal bleach, guys.
Everybody. Just kidding.
No,
Okay.
that's not on my.
Just
That's
kidding.
not
Yeah,
on
it's
my list.
Okay, that's
of
not a
things I
service
do. That's not a
offering.
service.
All right,
I'm sorry.
okay.
Oh,
That's
okay.
right.
So you-
Or not one that she's
I'll find someone for you.
Okay, you guys don't need your buttholes.
no,
Isn't
but
that a thing that
tattooed.
people are doing now? Though?
What?
The
What?
bleaching their buttholes? Hasn't that always been
That
done?
was no. Who bleaches
That's
their
1980s,
buttholes? Come on.
right?
Yeah,
Isn't it an
no,
80s
more
thing?
like the 90s or something, or
90s?
like I think
Like
90s.
Pam Anderson days.
Maybe like
Okay.
early 2000s,
Yeah.
like 2000, 2001. You heard about it? I don't know. It's gross.
I wouldn't know where to begin
Oh,
with that.
that is so
I mean,
gross. Okay.
Like even when I hear girls waxing, I'm like, you don't laser? I mean, okay, well, I should take that back because out here it's very popular and you can get it done for cheap because I know in some places in different states, maybe it's not so available and
Yeah.
it's definitely more expensive. But in LA, actually, I mean, you can get laser and all that stuff done for really cheap. Like,
So have you gotten laser?
I've lasered my whole
Who
entire
does your
body.
laser? Because I
It
need a
doesn't really
laser
work.
person.
I need a laser.
I've been telling you about laser from a long time
I
ago.
got $10,000, like I said in the last podcast.
Okay, well, I told
in
you
laser,
you could do
and
it in
all grew
LA.
back.
Yeah, and
That's
how
my
long are you
experience, too.
waiting to get
All
the
right.
laser? Because the whole like waiting for it to grow out, I just can't.
No, you don't have to. No, you don't have to wait for it to grow out. You
Okay.
can actually.
What nationality are you?
I'm half Italian and half Japanese. So my dad's full Italian and then my mom's full Japanese.
So does the laser go with her skin tone? Because I heard like, oh,
No, yeah, you can do. I mean, you could be really dark skinned and do. There's like different settings, you know. So
Okay.
they've figured that all out by now. There's like different lasers and different settings for darker skin tones, and
they figured that out. Oh, their excuse why mine grew back was, oh, it's because you're you're part Mexican.
No,
It's your
It's
darker
too
skin
light.
tone. But yeah, your laser was old,
the
idiot.
misconception about
The nail
laser.
didn't go this way. I swear it went that way.
I was so mad that they're making excuses why it didn't work. I'm like,
No, misconception about laser is that it's not going to go away like from your like 3 times of doing it.
You have
mean,
to be consistent.
I did
it-
laser for years,
well,
and I still go for touch ups. Okay, so
Yeah.
like I do for a touch up right now. So like I get hair and like a little bit of hair, but I mean even if I like shave over, like it doesn't feel like I shave. My legs are like my skin's super super
do you do
soft.
the
Feel
whole
me.
body or just
I've done everywhere.
so everywhere?
Wherever I have hair.
Everywhere
I
you
need
have
to
hair.
go to your laser person. I did the same. I did a package of like 12, like
Yeah,
thousands of
that's
dollars
what I
later,
did.
and it grew
And
back.
the
Like,
thing
and they're
is,
like,
like,
oh, well,
it's
something's
because your
weird
skin.
with
It's because of you.
Do you take vitamins?
It's like a bad day.
Taking my
It's
medicine.
not me. It's you.
was like,
It's like, you're a gaslighter.
Christina
see.
and I were out on the patio the other day,
my
and she looks
God.
over at me and she's like,
yeah, I
"You need to
did.
laser your body."
I looked at her and I was like, oh my God. I'm like, why aren't you lasering your legs?
Leave it to
So
Christina.
I had a
brutal
girlfriend.
truth.
I got to tell you a story about this.
Hair.
Speaking of
No, it's just the
lasers,
stubbles that you
so
see.
this girl that I had met years ago, sorry if you figure out who you are, she had boob hair. She had nipple hair, like
no.
literally like right around her nipples. And this is when laser, I had
Like
tried it.
peach fuzz or
No,
like
like
was she
black?
Middle
Like it was
Eastern?
She was
dark?
Middle Eastern. And literally the nipple hair was just sticking out
Oh,
and she
no.
shaved it. So whenever she was with a date, they would whisper, don't ever send me your, we were all partying, we were young, whatever.
Yeah.
And the guys would always be like, hey, it's too weird. I love this girl, but she's got hair growing on her chest and like
This
right
is so
here and her
sad.
nipples.
Happy
It
child.
happens.
Aw.
Middle
So
Eastern people are hairy.
if she would have had the laser, she wouldn't have had that problem. And she was super insecure about it. I think. Well, she must not have been because she was out there.
She was
I don't
putting
know.
it all out there.
She was all out there. I don't even know. I think she
Well,
had a
I'm
rough job
happy
too.
for her confidence.
Yeah. But I mean, I think that's great for that kind of
Yes.
situation.
Oh, yeah.
But I wonder if it hurts, right?
Laser, no, it doesn't hurt.
On
I
your
mean,
nips?
Anything on your
I can
nipples
literally
hurts,
like, no, I don't think so. But
though.
no, like,
Really? Ugh.
first of all, if they're, and nobody's going to have like a lot of hair on their nipple, even if I'm sure she had like a few like straggly. So it's like probably like 3 zaps and those hairs are gone. But I mean, with laser, I would
comment.
say,
Only 3 zaps.
Whatever you want to say, honey. I was there.
I saw those little
I'm
fur
telling
burrs.
you, like it's a small little area. So like 3-4 zaps and it would be gone. But
Even if you're a guy and you're like,
I would say the most, if anything hurts about a laser, it'd probably be like your bikini's more sensitive.
Getting visual.
But honestly, like everything else is just so like
I need a
easy.
shot of Vargas vodka.
Yeah.
oh my
I
God.
don't You guys are crazy.
I can't get it out of my head though.
What?
Just the visual of just
I mean, she's acting like this girl had some sort of beard on her nipples, on her areolas. I doubt it. Elizabeth likes to
okay, it was
exaggerate.
15 years ago, so it's possible I'm just,
maybe it thinned out by
it's
now.
like,
She might have been drunk when she saw those things, or like she was like, "Whoa, wild forest."
Can you imagine if you're a guy going making out with her? Whoa.
Suck on her.
okay, so actually, we shouldn't make fun of that because there is that happens. And
Yeah, because you remember the time when you had really hairy legs and hairy underarms, and,
And I was
made
still
you
friends
shave.
with you.
And I'm still friends with you.
you're
I
right,
still
though.
loved
Okay,
you.
so I haven't been dating, and I remember I went on this date a little while, like a couple weeks ago, and he's like, I just was thought, okay, if I end up taking him home, I need to be somewhat whatever. So the night
Cleaned
before
up.
I prep, I'm like, okay, just in case, I end up getting hit that, right? I'm like, all right. So
Just in case he comes home with me
So I
tonight.
shaved because I don't want to spend too much time the next day. So I shave, I get everything ready. I made sure that, I was all like ready and clean everywhere, just in case.
Clean, huh?
And then the next day, what? So then the next day didn't happen or whatever. So I wasted all that 2 hours of prep. Plus the next day, making sure my skin was soft. Go bullshit.
So
I got my eyebrows done.
Did you swipe left?
And the guy turned out to be married.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Yeah, I hadn't told you about that date. So my point is, like,
not
when
naming
you
names,
actually
right?
groom before you go out? Is it like after you meet him the first time, you're like, okay, I could see myself with this person, or do you pre-prep? It's just
I'm
weird.
I'm a day of, like a couple hours before.
Are you
before going out on a
hours
date?
before? Wait, who's single here? Okay, got it.
Because I don't want to waste a whole day before if it doesn't. It's like hair and makeup and all that. It takes time.
It was a long process.
Yeah.
I even tried. I bought a crimper thing.
A
Sat
crimper
there,
thing.
or not a crimper, but it's like a weird thing. I was like trying. Like we used to do my hair. I was like, and it didn't work. So I slept on it like this. Did you see? Anyway, I didn't get laid, and I ended up. It just didn't work. So,
but you had pretty crimped hair and you smelled so
my
nice.
point is when do you get ready?
Should have gone out and bought yourself a cocktail and had some fun.
Or a cocktail. Like literally should have bought myself a cocktail. Like why even bother?
Anything.
I actually prefer not to be fully ready on the first date so that there's no temptation to be a bad girl.
It keeps you a virgin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
But what if it doesn't?
It does. It always does. Trust me, because
deal?
you can't see it unless it's manicured.
What if there's major attraction going on?
Then
and you're
I
just
say,
like,
I'll be right back in 30 minutes.
Do you bring a razor in your purse and like
What's
head
that
to the
movie where
bathroom?
she's razoring
No, I do think that's it's a factor that I think about when I'm with somebody is, am I available to be with them tonight? And the answer is no, and that helps it. It just makes me
helps you be more reserved, less slutty.
And then to think about what I am looking for in the person. I want to make sure their personality and their values are right before I get in bed with them.
She's being logical. Her moral compass is on point.
Well, no, I was literally thinking with my vagina. I was ready to go. You were. But then all of a sudden, I didn't know he was married at the time still. And I was talking to him. But
Hold on, how did you find out he was married?
I'll tell you in a minute.
Oh my
gosh. So I
gosh.
wasn't even attracted really after I met. And I thought all this, literally in my head, as he's buying me like a half a burger, I'm like, I can't believe I just did all this for this guy. And then,
where'd you meet him?
Anyway.
And why only half a burger? Why you get a full burger?
You can't eat all of it.
Exactly. Anyway, my point is that it didn't work out, and
you didn't say where'd you meet him. I asked you a question.
That place called Joey's.
Oh,
we like Joey's. There's a lot of eligible people there. Well, apparently
Where's Joey's in Newport?
Yeah. And so my point is, I just thought, well, maybe next time. Well, I don't know, because I need to go out. Well, how do you meet people then? Like, I don't want to think of I'm not thinking of my vagina fully. I'm thinking of my head, but
80%.
Like, how do you meet somebody today? Like, it's insane. I don't want to go out and be like all dirty.
I don't know.
So you clean yourself
on the
up and hope to meet somebody, but then are you supposed to take them home the first night? Is that like the rule now?
I don't
Or
know.
do you
There's
wait?
no rules.
Like, what is the rules here of dating?
I don't think there's any rules. I think you do whatever you're comfortable with. I mean, if you have, listen,
you must not know me very well. I'll be locked in a closet.
What does that really mean?
I will let them out when I need them.
You knew me better.
I mean, I think every situation is different, so you could probably
Just kidding, guys.
Yeah.
Don't worry. We're
Every
going to let you go
situation's
after
different.
this.
Learning so much today.
Yeah.
Okay, what were you saying?
Every situation is different, I mean, maybe you're like in the mood for just a fling, and then you meet some guy and you're like, oh, this is not, like we're going to go have fun tonight, but that's it. But then you never know. That could turn into something, right? I mean, it all depends on your
Like
chemistry.
a lawsuit or
and
something. I don't know.
Oh no.
Are you speaking
No
from
comment.
experience, Elizabeth?
Yes, of course she is.
I think the dating world has changed so much and so drastically. Like, I feel like everything's on an app. How do you even meet somebody without the app?
I almost downloaded the Bumblebee.
The
And now,
bumblebee?
It's not Bumblebee,
what apps
Bumble.
are you using?
None.
You're not using any.
I literally was meeting people trying to actually
Like
meet
organically.
people organically.
like back in the day.
And
Like
the one
going
that
to the
came up to
bar
me
or
and
like
met me
friends.
ended up slapping me with a cease and desist, motherfucker.
What the heck?
Don't even
Wait,
get me started.
I saw
I don't want to
something
give
Oh my
you
God,
their
get
funny.
us started.
Yeah.
I want to know.
Oh, don't worry.
Give
It's
the
extortion,
juice.
whatever. It's okay. So I'm not saying names.
So
allegedly.
so now you're gonna quit the
my
organic.
first date, I'm like,
Get the Bumblebee app out.
get the Bumblebee app, and just shut up. Don't talk. Here's a bag. Just sit over there. Like, don't even talk to me.
Wait, so one of my girlfriends is single and she's been single and she's a great girl and she's beautiful and has a good job and whatever. But she doesn't like to, she says, I don't like to go out. You go out
She
too
doesn't have
much.
to? What'd you say?
She doesn't like to go out. No.
I heard that girl's getting some.
But anyway, so I saw this reel on
Scam her.
Instagram and I sent it to her and it says, oops, hold on. It says, shout out to all the single women that complain about being single but never go out. Just waiting on Mr. Right to break into your home.
It's very true. It's very true.
I'm like, where?
Well, single girls,
Guilty.
Mr. Right ain't gonna come knocking on your door,
it
okay?
is
Did you meet him
You
in
need
a
to get him out
bar?
of a tree.
Yeah.
He's stuck in a tree somewhere.
I go out by myself often,
Yeah.
like once or
I mean,
twice
but
a
you
week.
can
And how is that?
In
Like,
a
when you
bar,
go out, like,
it's
what is-
amazing. I go out by myself once or twice a week, and it is amazing. I feel like I don't need to be approached, and therefore I am approached. And
And where do you go?
I have my little spots. I don't want to blast them on the public pod here, but
Can you share them for me?
I will share them with you for sure.
We're like on the
But
pod.
go out by yourself and enjoy yourself. And
I
men,
look like a hooker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, first place I went, they were like, "Can I pick that up for you?" No, but you can.
You're
They asked to
thinking
pick
too
up your-
much into it, okay?
Am I?
Nobody, I mean, like, first of all, you don't look like a hooker. That's
The men
number
here
one.
have
but
all slept with everybody. It's like a college syphilis journey. Like
That's Orange County for you, though.
That's Newport Beach for you.
I'm
that's 'cause
worried
it's a
about
small
that.
town.
By the way,
Well,
we had an STD podcast, and I was like, okay, I got to go out. Like, I wish you could just zap them with that machine. But like,
2 minutes.
Negative.
do you have negative, positive, negative, positive?
What did that
How
be
about you
amazing?
just use protection?
Are you guys still
Move
using
on.
condoms? Yeah, I use condoms, right?
No.
No, no one
So
uses condoms.
It's a
With
good,
your husband?
It's a,
No,
No, in
she's talking
general.
about the
Oh,
single
okay.
ones.
Single.
You're married.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
it's a good question because I actually want to ask. I would prefer to have that person get tested before I'm with them, and that's something that I would ask them to do. Is that appropriate?
Ooh, I kind of like it.
After you
but
get
I
a
don't
drink from him
know.
or before? Thanks for the martini.
I'm
By the way.
I'm kind of going
Here's
on
my
this
doctor.
journey with somebody right now where I'm considering, okay, is this going to be someone that I want to,
Bang?
be
Be
intimate
with.
with and eventually turn into a long-term thing? And I want to ask him.
Well, because you can get an STD in your throat now. Be careful.
That's
I just
scary.
heard about
God.
that.
Oh, you
Jeez Louise.
can't?
Yeah.
I think I don't think that's
You don't want to be psycho
Not-
girl about it, but hey,
that's
like,
not
are
being
you
psycho.
clean?
It's your
When was-
body.
when
It's
was
your
the last time
body.
you
So
were
if you're
tested?
going to let somebody enter your body, you have every right to ask them
Right.
a question like that. I think. I don't know if, I think it's.
But wait, do you
everyone's-
ask him? Okay, let's
Not-
back up.
maybe not on
I am
first
getting
date.
educated today. Do you? Okay, so you let them buy you a drink at the bar first off? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Why
Okay.
not?
I don't ever let anyone buy me a drink ever. Okay,
Really?
so that's a
That's
yes.
too bad.
So is that too masculine if I don't let them, or is
Anybody
it?
can always buy me. a
So I
drink.
need to be more feminine. Okay,
Yes.
so
I don't
Yeah.
know if
let
it's
them buy you a
masculine,
drink.
but-
Don't let them dose you. So watch what they're putting in
Be
it.
there. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Don't let them go to the bar and bring it back to
Okay,
you.
now you're
Watch it.
enjoying yourselves, and he's like, "What? Do you want to go to another bar? Do you go to the other bar and keep drinking, or do you say I'll see you later, or what do you do?"
You go to the other bar and keep drinking,
Okay,
and,
you go to the other
and
bar.
hopefully that turns into making out in the parking lot behind that second bar, and
Okay.
then you see if there's chemistry. And then once all the fireworks are going off,
Do
then
you let him put his hands where he wants to at that point, or you just not
on top of the clothes. Yeah,
on top of the clothes? Okay, so next step. If he wants to go home to your house or his house, what do you do? Because if you're at his house, it's vulnerable. You don't know if he's got secret cameras. You don't know any of that shit. You don't know if he's going to dose you
my
there,
gosh,
and you're
I
going
didn't
to
even
wake
think
up without
about
a
Why are you
purse.
guys talking about dosing? You guys are making it sound
Because
like
I got
men are
dosed
like
twice in Orange
rapists.
County.
It happens.
Have you
That's
been?
awful.
Oh no.
Yeah. Okay. So
I say bye. It was so nice.
Bye.
so
Also,
then you let him go, and then you meet up again later.
they always want more. You got to leave them wanting more. If you give the whole cookie away, there's no crumbs. Like
Mysterious.
they need the crumbs. To
I
follow
personally, I think
no,
as a single,
you can't give the whole
No.
cow away.
You don't get the cow. You get the milk.
We
You
get
get the
the-
cow. What does that say?
Wait, don't give him.
Don't give him the cow when you get the milk for
Wait.
free.
that.
Don't buy the cow when you get the
Milk for
for
free.
free.
That's what.
So don't give away the milk, so they buy the cow.
Buy the cow.
Okay, there we go.
There we go.
There we go.
We
Something
want 'em
like
to
that.
buy
That still
the
doesn't
cow.
sound
Blah
right.
blah blah.
Shut up.
Shut up. I think as a single, just my experience, and I don't know, everyone's different, but my experience, I'm a single mom of 2. So I feel like that after like going into the next, like I wouldn't let anyone know where I live unless it was
Right.
someone I was serious about, that I knew,
Mhm.
that I've gone on several dates with. I'm not actively dating, but when I was after my divorce. So I would like see where it would go and always go to their place first, because also I want to see how that person lives and how they do their things in their house, and if it's put together well, or if,
Yeah.
you know, you can
I
learn
look
a
at
lot.
their car. Like I'm like, oh
Yeah.
yeah.
You can learn
and then
a
you see
lot.
their car is like a disaster, and there's fast food shit everywhere.
Oh, gosh.
You're like, you are faking it. And they got like they got an Uber outfit on, so they look all perfect.
Yeah.
You're like, you're an Uber driver, aren't
You're
you?
an Uber driver. Did I just get an Uber?
Not that that's a problem, but
No,
That
but
was you
it's,
role
you know,
playing.
I don't mind as long as you tell me who you are.
Yeah.
Like you're not a CEO of a company. You literally wait tables over there.
Exactly. So back to my point, even if you're
Or
a
a
single
party
mom,
planner
or just a single woman, you don't want some stranger to know where you live.
Okay. So that was my problem is I don't want to be at their house. So I'm like tend to like, let's go have a after drink. That's a problem because it turned out fucking nuts.
Right. And then they see what you have. They see like,
and then
it's a slippery, it could be
that's
really
where the
dangerous.
lawsuits come in.
Yep.
Bring him to the studio, Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Couch casting 101. Sit down. Let's see here. So tell me about your life.
Hey, you'd have some
cameras
good
on.
stories. You'd have some good
Oh my
footage.
God. Oh my God. So you're in the wedding industry.
I am.
So you actually plan, after we meet these guys, you plan the wedding.
I do.
So what is up with the brides? Tell us some stories about brides. Like,
Oh my
are
gosh.
have
I
you?
have more groomzillas sometimes than
Really?
than bridezillas, and I also get like momzillas. And a lot of times our moms are like, they don't mean to be momzillas, but it's almost like sometimes they are either like trying to vicariously live through their dream wedding because it was so long ago that they got married. The wedding world's so different now, right? And there's so many things that go into that day that I feel like they get so excited about planning with their daughters. It almost becomes like their wedding, and they don't even realize it, where it's like they're controlling it all because they're paying for it all, which is understandable, but they're very dominating, right? Because they're the moms.
Manzillas
They're
though?
the
By the
moms.
way,
Groomzillas.
guys should be paying for weddings, okay? And so in the Armenian community, there
I
is
like
no
that.
such thing as a woman and her family
Family
paying
paying.
for the wedding.
Really?
That's always the guy.
It's always the man takes care of
Yeah.
everything. I
Find
mean,
ourselves some
and-
Who
Armenians.
invented that? Hallmark? Let
I
the
know.
woman
And where
pay.
did the tradition start from?
Well, it started from a man. He obviously clearly created that. He's like, well, you want a big wedding? Your family's paying for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
sorry, but when I got married, my husband paid for everything. I mean, my mom did like some things, but like, and also if you're marrying somebody of age, like I 100% think that, especially if they have the money and the needs, and like they have the money to pay for it,
and the means.
like you should, the means. That's what I meant.
Mhm.
Like a man shouldn't let another woman pay.
I mean, that makes sense. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I'm very stern on that.
No, and that's the thing is, I think with what I love about Orange County and your industry also is like the wedding industry. I really believe in that family orientation, that faith, that Orange County is really family oriented. We have first responders, we have police force, we have taxes we pay. We've really created a great community here of just safety and security and family and women being able to be women, right?
Mhm.
Getting married, having those children. And we're saying it's okay to be feminine, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And to do all this stuff. So, I think that a lot of communities are taking that out of their ecosystem, the family unit. And I think that the man, feeling like a man these days is very important. And I think women of Orange County or anywhere, I think it's important to let a man, I demasculate a lot of men on accident. And I don't know how, but I do. And so I've learned that I need to let the man be the man.
Mhm.
And I had a gentleman the other day say, we were at breakfast. He's like, let me buy you breakfast. I'm like, no, I got it. I put my credit card first. He goes, no. He's from Chicago. He's like, let me buy you breakfast. I'm like, no, I got it. Don't worry about it.
But you're
He's
very
like,
alpha.
okay, he's like, that's something you need to work on.
Mm-hmm.
Let me buy you breakfast. He was like mad.
Stern.
And I was like, oh, okay. He's let him buy. I'm not used to that at all. And so I think that the men these days are so deflated because women make so much money these days. All the women's movement, we're all equal now.
Self-sufficient.
I think that going back to our roots with women having children and family and babies and getting married and having men take care of us there's nothing freaking wrong with that.
Yeah.
We are women. We're not going to be cutting down that tree and burning that fucking forest.
Tell
we
that
are
to a
literally,
feminist.
we're not going to be hunting and gathering. We are literally gathering our thoughts by the end of the day.
To each its own, I mean, if there's women who want to do all of that stuff, but
That's fine. Right.
And there's nothing wrong with wanting different things as a woman. Everybody's different. So it's all okay, be
Yeah.
who you
But
are.
there is a beautiful balance between the masculine energy and the feminine
Yes.
energy that actually does go really well together. And I think that that's something I kind of have to work on too, because I'm so used to doing it all on myself. Like I got it. But it's like, it's actually, oh wait, it's kind of nice to let someone take the lead a little bit, you know? And I think it's also manly. It makes them feel good. So it's like, it's a compliment. I think it compliments both parties, in my opinion.
I think it's important though that we do let the men be men again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I miss men.
That's your own damn
like the
fault.
manly men.
But I like men. You know, I want them to have a trail to the treasure. I want them to be able to fix the toilet. I'm like, is that asking too much?
No.
Like, I want them to like
Shouldn't be.
tell me I'm beautiful and just be men. Like,
Okay, then you need to pick different men, okay? Because if I go down the list of men you've dated, I mean, none
These
of
are
them.
not the ones.
Yeah.
So
okay.
do we need Armenians?
Those are
whatever.
like little
We
toys.
need Armenians.
Relationships.
I know. I mean,
those got the
I
cabana
have
boys.
a bad record. I get it.
You're not
but,
fooling me.
But I'm asking you, where do you freaking meet them?
I don't know.
At the weddings. I'll invite you to my weddings. They're
I'm
all
going
at
to your
the
weddings. Wait, wedding crashers.
There's so many beautiful people at these weddings, Elizabeth. Oh
That's
my
it.
gosh.
That's it.
I'm going to your
Single,
weddings.
beautiful
Christina, you gotta dress up with
men.
me.
Oh my gosh, honey.
I'm going to a
Are they bringing
wedding.
a +1 though?
A lot of them are not because they just show up and they know that there's beautiful women there, so they're all
so
not
they don't do the
bringing
+1.
Wait, there should be an app that's like weddings are going on, and all the single men can sign up for can say I'm at this wedding,
We
this
need
wedding,
to
this wedding, and then all
start an
single
app.
women just show up at those weddings, and we'll take them home.
Yeah.
I'm sure the
Amazing.
bride would love that.
Yeah. But I do see like a gear towards like everybody is changing like traditions lately. And it's like maybe it's not so directed towards one person's paying for the wedding. I feel a lot of times the bride and groom are both paying for the wedding. The families are coming in. So I feel like a lot of those traditions are kind of like not as prominent as they used to be.
Yeah.
But I do love that everybody is really like trying to change that. You know what I mean? And that it doesn't matter like traditions and we're just doing whatever.
So you feel like we're going back to the traditional rule or away from it?
away from it.
Oh.
Yeah, like people are just doing whatever they want.
No,
these
no, no.
days.
We need to
I
bring
even
it
have
back.
brides that
We
are
need
like,
to bring back tradition.
I'm a
No,
traditionalist.
she's
Saying
some of
the
them-
wedding tradition is that
of the buying of who's
Yeah.
paying for the wedding, who's buying everything.
Oh, okay.
That's
They're
all
not doing
changing.
that
Yeah.
as much. No, tell me who's born and raised. in
Who's
Orange
born
County?
and raised in Orange County? That's
Yeah.
an Orange County housewife?
Tell me.
I have no idea.
Because
We'll
there
have to
are
Google
many.
it.
know.
There,
That's a
there are
good-
not.
But that
many.
doesn't mean anything. You don't have to be born and raised, you know, to be on that
You
show
don't even
or
have to be a
whatever.
wife
I
to be
mean,
on the
you
Housewives.
right? But I'm just saying, sometimes like a lot of the housewives that do really well, the franchises, they're all from that city or that location.
No, I mean,
No?
not Beverly Hills. Like, I'm born and raised in LA,
Uh-huh.
but we've had a house down here. And then, so the reason why, I mean, I live here full time now,
Mhm.
but we always used to just come down on the weekends because it was our beach house. And then we lived in LA in Studio City. And then that's where I like mainly worked. And then, but now I live here full time. And, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
so I consider myself like an OC Newport Beach native,
Native.
now,
Mhm.
not LA at all.
But I think the Orange County, they're actually, they've got a really good crew this year, right? I mean, the women look really good.
Yeah.
I thought
They look
everyone looked
amazing.
snatched.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Thank God
do.
Girls Epic. I mean, whatever.
They look
Whatever's
great.
working for them, they look
care.
great.
I think she-
I mean,
Yeah,
I
for
definitely
sure.
think there's been some like very cringy moments this season. I'm not gonna lie.
I need to catch
just-
up.
Oh, the Emily fighting at my house and like with Gina, and then what's her name?
Hold on, Gina
The
was still in your
brunette,
house, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
What's cringy to you?
I don't know. Like, I just,
Which part?
I think one of the
Stop being
cringier.
political.
No, one of the. I'm not. Shoot, I'll say what's on my mind.
Uh-huh.
No, one of the cringier moments for me was like when they did the whole Coyote Ugly thing at some like bar they went to. It was
Boulevard.
like Tamara.
Oh,
like,
yeah. They're way
I'm
too
sorry,
old
like,
for that. I was like, oh my
it's
God.
not even about. It's just who wants to see that? I don't know. Like, it was too acted out. It just looked like they had planned that whole scene and
yeah.
they did it. I mean, even with them like in your house, like spilling the drinks and stuff, that all just seemed very
Yeah.
staged to me.
I
And
thought
I feel
they
like
did that to get back at me because they are
No,
whatever they are.
come on.
They're all trying to make a mess
I'm
in your
like,
house.
dude, really
Listen,
have
it's
some
not-
class.
it's not like you weren't going to get your place clean, but it just felt like a little acted out and staged. And
Now,
Maybe you just know them too much. That's why you think it's acted out and staged.
well, it is.
They're
Because
really
you
that
can see
sloppy.
it.
I'm pretty sure.
I have a question. Isn't the show scripted though in that sense?
No, the shows are not scripted.
No.
They're basically, I mean, listen, like it's like if the group of us were on the show together, okay, so they want you to have certain, I mean, first of all, like, you know, when you put a lot of alcohol into people and you put them into certain scenarios, Okay, drama will happen. Okay.
Get the popcorn.
Yeah. But also, like, you're encouraged to say certain things. You're encouraged to talk about people. You know, hey, we need you to talk about that night when you guys went to A's and, you know, Christina pulled somebody's hair. Tell us what happened.
So
did you think she was out of line? Like,
so like storylines for you.
They don't create storylines.
They feed off the storylines that are already created.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like they want you to talk about certain things that are already happening. Obviously, people come into the season, I think, with certain like
Expectations of
or
drama.
like or just like things that they're gonna make relevant that season. You get it? Does that make sense?
Like when I wasn't having sex with my ex, you know, ex.
Yeah,
That's
so
really
that was like
broad,
one of
but-
her storylines, which I was like, I don't know if
Storyline was
that's
I'm
true.
not having sex for 5 years with this guy, but twice.
Yeah, right.
Which is true.
Come on, I still don't believe that one.
I had pool boys, but not with him.
I had pool boys.
I don't believe it.
Oh my God. No, I literally ruined that guy. Like I threw him into the Housewives.
Jimmy
He's
was
an
nice.
introvert, super nice guy, tech guy. And then I didn't plan on getting on the Housewives. It just happened. I was in the middle of a divorce, a $2 million divorce it cost me.
Oh my gosh.
He was helping me like
He
super
kept
nice
you on
guy.
check a lot, which I liked about
Yeah, he was
him.
a great guy. And then, but he just hated being on the show.
He got thrown into the
He
mix.
was like, I can't even believe I have to deal with this. And then I'm like, yes,
Elizabeth.
you could deal with it.
Elizabeth, stop it.
Elizabeth.
I remember, wait, we were at the,
Yeah.
this one, she still had her place at the Madison
Why
Club.
do these
and so-
podcasts keep coming back to me? Let's talk about somebody else.
Haunting you.
Well, it's,
What were you saying? We had a place in the
we were at your house at the Madison, and so I was like, "You want to do a shot?" And she's like, "Shh, not in front of Jimmy." I was like, "Okay, sorry, I forgot your dad's here."
Oh my goodness.
Because he didn't barely drink or anything.
Oh, you
No,
couldn't
yeah.
get turned up in front of him?
Oh God, no.
No, she still would. She would just.
I would secretly get turned up, and then he'd be like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?"
No,
I'm
and
like,
then next thing you know, she's like this.
because the problem is if your other half doesn't let you get turned up, you start doing shots secretly, and then you do too many because you don't know
That
how
sounds
many
like
you've
somebody
secretly
else we
tried
know,
to do.
huh?
Like, caught
Wouldn't
up
that
to
be
you.
a red flag if he's not matching your energy? Why would you want to go
You know,
down?
I was going through a divorce.
Well,
He seemed like a safe place probably
it
during
was
that
a safe
time.
place.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
there was a warm body there.
He was a nice guy. He was a nice guy, but
Nice
I don't
guy.
think they
Oh,
were
he
meant
was
for each
super
other.
nice. I know, I felt bad.
Yeah.
So like when he like left, he never even texted me once.
Yeah.
Never called me. First off, he got Mika, the dog. So
yeah.
the rescue I had. He took the dog, which is beautiful because I needed to get her
You have
out.
Coda anyway.
Yeah, and so and then he just left. He never called me. He never texted me. I didn't even write him. He ghosted me. Since
had enough
left.
of you.
He was like, I am done.
He checked himself into a trauma center.
I would stalk Mika. I'm like, let me see if the dog's okay.
Oh.
And I never wrote him, and I was just like, look at his Instagram, and I never really do that. But Mika was always she was a rescue, and he loved the dog, so I kind of felt like I did my deed. He broke up with me.
That came full circle then.
You were really sad the next day because I had to go over to her house because somehow my cell phone ended up in our friend's purse, and then they all went to her house to party, and then we went home, and so like I'm calling her the next morning and she's not answering. I was like, shit. I was like, well, I got to go get my phone. I said, so we just drove over there, and then like we get there, she was still in bed naked, and she was like,
fish.
He took my
pouting, and I was like, are you okay? I mean, like, I'm like, it's gonna be okay, okay?
Aw.
You're gonna be all right.
Yeah, and he took my fish. I had a little beta fish like sitting there in my living room that he bought me. And
Wait,
he
he
took
just
my
walked
fish.
out with a bowl? A
walked
fish
out with
bowl?
a bowl.
This was a full blown
Where did we
situation.
end up going that night anyways? Did we
You know
ever
he's
know?
thought about
I
that
have
when he
no
grabbed
idea. Maybe the
that
Balboa
fish.
Bay Club. I have no
No,
idea.
we were in the desert.
Oh, we're in the desert? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, that time.
He was having
It's all
all the-
blending together. I'm like, no, but when he left, I realized because I had bought that house in the desert to revamp on the Housewives. Like literally, I was supposed to be there the next season, so I buy this house thinking that'll be a great storyline. Revamp
See,
the
she had
house.
planned her storyline.
I literally planned my storyline by buying this $3 million house, paid for the house, got it all done, ready to go, and then they fire me. So not only am I stuck with a fucking $3 million house that I got to remodel, my boyfriend breaks up with me. I'm sitting in this monstrosity of real estate thing like, what the fuck did I just do? I got no boyfriend now. I thought I bought it because we had 2 dogs. I got 1 dog now.
Okay, you
and
still
it's
don't need that big of a house for
I still have it,
2
but it's
people
just
and 2
me.
dogs.
So I'm sitting there crying. I'm like drinking my martini by myself with my koi at my lake. I'm like, is this what rich women do? Where's the prostitute? I'm like, literally, what app has prostitute men? I'm getting a massage. I like looked for almost an hour trying to get like an app that a guy could come over and service me.
Never.
I'm like, this is bullshit. I'm stuck here. I can have anything I want and I have nothing. That's why I was sad the next day.
That's a lot of things.
And then I went to the Nest and got hammered.
Yeah.
No, we didn't go that
Nest?
night. No, not that night.
Oh.
We've been other nights.
So
We love the Nest.
I mourn
I'm going
differently
this
than most
weekend.
people.
Are you going to the
What?
Nest this
Are you?
weekend?
Yeah.
Are you
On
going to the
Saturday.
desert? Oh,
Yeah,
Are you?
Fun.
Yeah.
I love
Okay.
that place. It's so fun.
Well, ladies, this has been an amazing podcast learning about how to hide my scar secrets or anybody's scar secrets. But my biggest question to all of you today, where do I go out and meet a man in Orange County?
I would start with Pendry.
I mean,
Pendry?
that's
the Pendry
like
bar
the
is
number
definitely
one.
a scene.
Pendry.
A on Friday nights.
Okay, A on Friday night.
The Cannery.
Yeah, the Cannery.
Oh, that's a good
For
one.
happy hour,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh. I used to
Because
hit
there's
that up.
yachts around there. Men with money actually hang out there, I think.
That's a good one.
And it's not about having money. I think it's just about having substance and having responsibility.
Being
Like-
sophisticated.
Like being sophisticated, having assets, having responsibility. It's not like, oh, I want a guy with money and I want a guy with responsibility. Like
A good
you know how to take care of
conversation.
your family. If you have kids, they're taken care of. Your ex-wives are taken care of. I don't want to hear you talking smack about your ex-wife.
Oh, God,
This
no.
last one, oh my God, the amount of negativity that came out of that one's mouth. I was just like, dude,
But
I
you
need
turn
talk
off.
about, okay, you can't say that because it depends on how people break up in a relationship, okay? So there's good breakups and there's bad breakups. So if there's a bad breakup and somebody does something horrible to you, you're not going to have good feelings about the person. However, one thing I should say is that you should never go around saying false information about that other person, you know, whoever it is, you know. I think it's so wrong when a girl or a guy breaks up. I get being bitter, I get being upset.
No, don't
But when
lie
you go
about it.
around spreading false information about your significant other, that is absolutely horrible and not
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So
And I think a lot of the men that I've been meeting blame their situation on somebody, which is very bizarre to me. I've never had
Women
the
do the
pussy
same.
men. So many
Blame
pussy men. They're like,
displacement? Oh, no.
their first excuse is, oh, my ex did this. She took all my money. That's why I'm living at Bay Club, you know, or whatever. There's always an excuse for their, what do you call it?
They're not taking
Instead of
accountability.
owning it.
They're not owning it. That you know, and so I thought, okay, well, I'll go out and meet somebody somewhere that doesn't look at, you know, doesn't blame everybody else for their issues. Because as we get older, every man has issues. We all do. We all have the baggage somewhere. But how do you handle that baggage? How do you handle what you've been through and own it and then just move on without putting blame? So, I mean, my hope is that I meet somebody that doesn't put blame on their shitty situation, doesn't blame their ex, doesn't blame anything. They go, you know what? That's my ex. I chose her. That's on me, you know, or I'm in this situation and, you know, I'm homeless. Not that I don't have the finances I have now because of me. Because every decision these men make is their decision. It's not anyone else's but theirs.
Right.
So I'm hoping in Orange County or anywhere that I meet somebody that just owns it, owns their life, owns their decisions, and knows that if they're even in, they don't have to be super fabulous, but if they're in a shitty situation,
Just own it.
just own it and then just move forward.
Be humble.
Be humble. Don't live in the past. Don't blame people. You create your own future. Don't you agree?
Absolutely.
Well, thank you, ladies. This has been a fabulous episode of Girl Talk.
Thank
I
you
learned
for
so
having
much
us.
today in our new studio with
wonderful.
our fabulous men here.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning into this episode of Girl Talk. If you're interested in finding out how to tattoo those scars away, we're going to leave links on the video profile. We're going to have your Instagram. What's your Instagram again?
ReVamp_Haus, HAUS. So ReVamp Haus.
ReVamp Haus. And
Yes.
if you want to get married and have a fabulous party, go to
Ciao Bella
what's your
Weddings
Instagram?
and Events. At Ciao Bella Weddings and Events.
We're going to put that link on there also. Thank you, Christina. Thank you, ladies. Thank you,
Thank you so
everybody.
much.
Thank you for watching.
Colie. Thank you, Elizabeth.
You're welcome. Like, subscribe, follow us, and support us on Patreon. Peace, love, and happiness.
Woo!